Shine bright up all night.
What's up, beautiful people? It's Matilda. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I should do like a tell-all on the horrors of boarding school because it was a lot. I'm not gonna say it's all scary. Just a teeny tiny bit of it is all scary, but I'm not gonna name the boarding school because no. My biggest horror story though, right now anyway, is these thumbs though. They popped off. My nails popped off, so I only have like 4 claws in each, which is kind of annoying and sad. But hopefully I can fix them because I'm not done with them yet. I don't think I'm done with these nails yet. So when I was at boarding school, when I was at senior school, because that's why I went to boarding school, we did this. Okay, I played chess, right? So I went to chess tournaments almost every week. Every weekend would be going to like a chess tournament, right? And so every time I go for a tournament, I leave my bed all made up. I pick the clothes that I'm gonna need, and I leave, right? Next thing, when I come back, bruh, not every time, but a lot of times when I came back, especially when I was doing Form 4, because that's when I did a lot of tournaments. When I was doing Form 5, I didn't do a lot of tournaments, actually. I ended up having to quit. But in the times that I went to the tournament, when I came back to the dorm, okay, I'd find my dorm mates. Actually, the girl that I shared my bunk bed with, I get it's like the bottom and the top. Mine was at the top. I never slept at the bottom. I didn't want to. Mine was at the top. When I leave for chess tournaments, she slept on my bed and left it. She'd go, because sometimes, actually most of the time I'd go, and when we come back it'll be evening study. So when we get back, it's during evening study, so I just go into the dorms and stay in the dorms. And I find this girl slept in my bed, used maybe like one of her blankets, but she slept in my bed and she did not do my bed. Like when she left, she just left it like that. Now I left my house. I left my bed all made, all tops, and then she sleeps on my bed without my permission, and she does not even bother to like fix the bed. She just ups and leaves in there. And one thing about boarding, they were so like particular about like making the bed, blah blah blah. Like you have to leave the dorms and make sure that the dorm is clean. You make sure that your bed is made, otherwise you're gonna get into trouble. So imagine now I'll be getting into trouble saying the teacher comes in or the body master comes in and finds that I didn't make my bed. But I did. I wasn't there. I left my bed all made up, and now I come back and my bed is a mess. Like, these people are basically. Oh, still speaking on the very same girl that I shared my bed with. Listen, if she watches this, I hate you. I hate you. She once, okay, there was this thing called entertainment on Saturday. I never went for that. I would just go for prayers with like my church members. We'd go to the matron, and because the matron was actually our pastor, so she'd go, I think. So we'd go for prayers at her house, which was practically just by the dorms. I don't know, I don't feel like going for entertainment. I was like, listen, I'm just gonna go for prayers. I'm gonna go for that. And so this one time, they're all like, oh, what am I gonna wear? I need to wear, like, they're going for entertainment was like what, going clubbing or going to like the bars or something. Yeah, well, it was an equivalent of that kind of just going for fun, right? So they're dressing up and they're like, what am I gonna wear? What am I gonna wear? And so while I'm out, I don't know where I went. Maybe I went to like a friend or something. While I'm out, I come back. When I come back, I find that this girl is wearing my jean. Like, she went into my bag. She went to the storeroom, went into my bag, and just shipped out my my pair of jeans. Like, my pair. When I tell you, I hated boarding school because what in the this wasn't, I don't even know if this was bullying or what. I don't consider it bullying. It was just plain linyazo nje. Because she wore my jean. I come back, she's wearing my jean, and I'm like, what's happening? And she was so tiny, like it's again. I should have slapped that girl once again. Just, I mean, I don't even know how I reacted at the time. I don't remember how I reacted, but I just know, even now when I think about it, I'm like, what in the linyazo was this? What in the, huh? Hey, when I was doing Form 4, my dorm was a mess. The biggest mess. Because what is expected is that after lights off, you go to sleep. But obviously, because kids will be kids, girls will be girls and stuff, they'll be making noise after lights off, and I'll be trying to sleep. And one thing about me, I'm so particular about my sleep. I cannot sleep when people are making noise. Like, I cannot follow out. Even my sister does not understand this. When I was living with my sister, I'd be like, dude, can you close the door and just, decrease the volume of the TV? And she just wouldn't get it. If she had like a visitor, they'd just be talking. I'd be like, dude, can you turn it down a notch? Because I need to sleep. I was like, no, what do you mean? Just sleep. If you want to sleep, I can't fall asleep. So even at the dorms, it was like that. It will be after lights off, and the expectation is for you to sleep. It's for everyone to be asleep. Just zip your mouth and go to sleep, because you're going to school the next morning. And then no one wants to sleep. They just want to chat. They're like, hey, yo and it'll be like, because you just want to sleep, you don't want to chat. It'll be like you're moody or some shit. Like, no, I just want to sleep. Leave me alone so I can sleep. So what had happened was, I started my Form 4. And then boom, a whole term goes by. Is it a whole term though? Let me not exaggerate. I think it's a whole term though. With no money. My parents, my mother, let me say my mother, because she is my soul guardian. My mother didn't give me money when we moved into the dorms. And for the entire term, or maybe 2 months of the term, she did not even bother to come and see me or give me money. I mean, obviously, I had things that I think I picked, like the most essential things. I had like my oats so easy, I had rusks, but those things, what else did I have? just the tiny things that probably lasted me a month or even less than that, dude. And my mother did not even bother showing up for like 2 to 3 months. She didn't show. Like, that woman abandoned me basically. And now people want to wonder why, like, I don't show up at home. I have abandonment issues. I went to boarding school. I have abandonment issues. Okay. So me not going back home for like the holidays and stuff, it's trauma. It's just trauma manifesting itself in a way. Okay. So she didn't. You see. So basically I was just eating at like the dining hall, and then eating my oats so easy and my rusks, which did not even last me that long. You know, oats so easy boxing anyone. It's not even an. It's too small to last. And so yeah, I learned to like just basically just survive. Oh, on no money. I'm not gonna say on little money or no money at all. Basically, she was just like, let her go, let her learn. And I didn't have a phone. We were not allowed to use phones. Whenever like a person snuck their phone in, it would be confiscated and they'd get into trouble. Like, probably like corporal, oh yes, slashes on the butt. I think all of my horror stories are probably from Form 4 because wow, I was going through a lot. So also in Form 4, I pack my clothes and I go to school, right? Like it's the beginning of a new term. It's the winter term. When I left everything. I left my bag whole in the storeroom. Okay, great. And then I threw my shoes over the thingy. I think on top of the bag or something. I did my school shoes. I threw them on top of the bag. I didn't put them in the bag or anything. So I come back and I find my shoes in my bag. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Okay, fine. Okay, actually, I come back, right? It's the winter season, and as I'm like, because I packed clothes again, I came with more clothes because it's winter, plus for the first time I wasn't sure what to pack and what not to pack. Now I'm sure, so I bring more clothes. I bring the right clothes that I want to bring, right? So as I'm packing and looking at like what I already have that I left from the last term, which was the first term, and then I'm packing in what I brought now again. So I'm thinking, I remember bringing a few jerseys. Last time I had a few jerseys. Where are my jerseys? I have no jerseys. Where are my jerseys, guys? I'm talking in the dorm, guys, I don't have jerseys. Where are my jerseys? So I'm in my head, I don't think, it's like, I'm not sure if I left them back at home and I'm confused, or if I actually brought them and now they were stolen. And I don't know who to accuse. I don't know where to go. I said, you know what? I can't find my jerseys, and I announced it to the dorm board, guys. I think I bought this and that jersey, and they're not there anymore. But you know what? Let me let it go. And then I think maybe like a month later or something, someone tells me, and I saw one of our dorm, actually the supervisor, when I got from 5, from 4, the supervisor tells me, what am I saying? one of my dorm mates, right, tells me she saw the supervisor at her home village. Akirkana, we are from different villages here, and we come together like for boarding, right? So at her village, she saw my supervisor wearing my jersey at her home village. And I'm like, what do you mean? That jersey? I can't find that jersey. No, I don't think it's a coincidence. So turns out the Form 5s came earlier than us. And so they've been living in the dorm because we had two supervisors in our dorm. So they've been living in our dorm, but we two before, I think like for like 2 weeks or so before we came now, yeah, when schools officially open. So these Form 4s, I think this person sees my supervisor wearing my jersey. She was a very quiet girl, so I think it was hard for her to even just tell me, this is what happened. So I'm like, okay, thank you for the information. Let me see what to do with it. So what did I do? Oh, hey, I went to the girl. It was after lights off. She was doing Form 5, right? So she was studying after lights off. She's in the storeroom and she's studying. And I approached her and I'm like, I heard that you were wearing my jersey at your home village. I heard that you were wearing the very same jersey that I'm saying was stolen. I heard that you were wearing it. And she's just like, no, she's panicked. I get because obviously she was back at home. She didn't think, she didn't think she'd get caught and stuff. Like, if I say my clothes were stolen, she stole my clothes and then she took them back home, and then there was no way for me. Good, even if I were to say let everyone in the dorm be searched, they weren't gonna find the clothes. So she panics and she tells me, no, the jersey is for so and so. I borrowed so and so's jersey. I'm like, okay, great. But you know what? If you are lying to me, let me tell you, if you say this to someone, they will panic. The demons will deal with them. So this girl tells me, so and so borrowed me her jersey, it looks like yours. I'm like, okay, all right, if you say so. But let me tell you, if it happens that you are lying to me and you actually stole my jerseys, I am praying for you. I'm not doing anything. I'm just praying for you that mentality, that behavior, you stop it, because it's going to grow and you're going to end up stealing bigger things than this. She's all panicked, her eyes are all red, she getting watery, and I'm like, bye-bye, and I go to sleep. So then I tell my other dorm mates, they were loud people, they were noisy people. So when I told them, this and that happened, and she's saying that her jersey, I think she borrowed this jersey that looks like mine from so and so, they were like, no, yeah. And I was like, you know what? It was actually early in the morning. I was like, you know what? Let me go to so and so, because you will lie and say so and so borrowed you her jersey, but you haven't corroborated your stories with so and so. Is that the word though? You know what? I don't know if I use the right word, but that you don't tell so and so, hey, like, if Matilda comes to you and asks you about the jersey, tell them, yes, you borrowed my jersey. So I go in the morning, I'm like, Ma, did you borrow so and so a jersey that I described the jersey? And she's like, no, that jersey, I have that jersey, but I didn't borrow it for her. We don't exchange clothes like that. I'm like, alright, so she lied. Yo, that time, that girl was panicking. She was crying because I remember she came to chess practice. Was apologizing, telling me things. Because at the time now, I was taking it to who? The captain, right? Yeah, I took it to the captain. Oh, who was like the supervisor or the main supervisor for like the block. Yeah, I was like, listen, my supervisor stole from me. What are you all gonna do? And she had a conflict of interest because the captain was in Nas and Ali, the supervisor. So I guess in a way she was conflicted. She didn't want to immediately report it and stuff. And I'm like, dude, it's winter. I need my jerseys. What do you mean? She's all cold about it. She didn't know what to do. But anyway, long story short, what am I saying? I've been talking about this for way too long. But anyway, to cut the story short, she ended up returning the jerseys. I was very skeptical about actually receiving them back, but at the same time, I was like, dude, I need these jerseys. It's winter, it's cold. I need to wear my jerseys. So I ended up just taking them and just wearing them and forgiving and forgetting. Actually, not forgetting. I mean, obviously, I'm telling you the story right now. I remember it in detail. Okay, so now it's an actual horror story. Yeah, it's an actual horror story. So I think within like the first week or like the second week, we had just gotten like our books, our hardcover books, right, that we were gonna take notes on for each subject. So after lights off, we had a storeroom, right? So a storeroom, Yana, it had a light, so we could light it because it was at the back. I don't even know what I'm saying, but it was at the back. So like, if the matron were to pass, if the door is closed, she won't see for it. The storeroom is lit and people are in it or whatever. So it's after lights off, right? We should be in bed. We're wearing pajamas and stuff. Some are not even wearing anything. Some are wearing towels or whatever. So, well, I'm chilling. I'm covering my books out. Tape on. I'm busy. And then boom, people are screaming, people are running. You know what that means. You don't ask questions. You ask questions later. We ran. Oh,
Why are you running? Why are you running?
We were running and screaming. We don't know where we're running, where we're screaming, but we're doing anyway. We're running. Second week into the new term, dude. And we're running, and I'm like, in my head, I'm running. I'm busy running, and I'm like, why am I running though? Where am I running to? Am I going to my mother's house on foot? I was like, I'm running, dude, and I'm wearing pajamas. Pajamas are really scan. So my pants are falling off. And I'm running. I'm holding on to them and I'm running. I'm like, what the hell? What's gonna happen? Dude, are we gonna sleep? What's gonna happen? But we're running. And then boom, we're about to like exit the dorms. And then we just stop. And that's when we start asking, what's going on? Why are we running? Because first of all, when we get out of the dorms, where are we going? Where are we running to? Turns out someone saw a light go the ablutioning at the ablutions at another block, like at the end, at the far end of the dorms, like the last block. She saw a light, weird light or something, and screamed, and that was it. Like, everyone ran from there. Another horror story that happened was, there was a break-in, like thieves broke into the dorms, one of the dorms, and it was a different block from ours, so it's hearsay, but apparently they had knives and they even cut someone, not like a major cut or anything, just teeny tiny cut nyana. And yeah, I don't even know what they stole. I don't remember what they stole, but they broke in and attacked some girls, and one was cut and stuff. And at the time, everyone else was unaware. Like, only that block knew about it. When we, like, I think when we were in the morning, that's when we knew, okay, this is what happened. But it happened in the middle of the night. They did not scream or anything. Because I think if they did, we would have heard them, obviously. One thing, the major biggest thing that I hated about boarding school was having to be woken up early in the morning, even on weekends. Like, we'd be woken up, I don't know the times when they'd wake us up, maybe like 6, between 5:30 and 6. There would be a teacher on duty coming to wake us up. I'd bang on the door, literally just on the door, bang on the door and then pass, and then bang on the next door and pass, and bang on the next door and then pass. And then if you sleep, my child, if you continue sleeping, they banged on the door again and people are waking up. Should the teacher on duty come back to your dorm and find you still sleeping, my G, you will be woken up by a shambo. Yo, imagine like first thing in the morning on a Saturday, you're woken up at like 6 o'clock and you can't get out of bed because you are tired, and it's a Saturday, for Christ's sake. And it's a Saturday, for Christ's sake, dude, and you don't get out of bed. They will move you. They will move you in your blankets, my G. Because you have to wake up and clean the dorms, clean the ablutions before going for breakfast. And then when you come back from breakfast, you are just idle. You don't know what to do with your life. Unless, did we do morning study? We probably did. These people, no, man. That was child abuse. Like, at least just give us Saturday to breathe, not go for, just study on your own, not be forced to go for like morning study. Early in the morning. Hi, no, man. That was a lot. Like, we'd be woken up, even on Sunday, woken up. You have to clean the dorm. Make sure that, hey, by all means, make sure you made your bed and the dorm is clean. No paper, nothing on the floor. Otherwise, the whole dorm could be punished, or the people who were like on cleaning duty that day would be punished. But mostly the whole dorm, yeah. So make sure the house is, again, the dorm is super clean, super neat. Everyone made their bed or travel. And then if you're not going to church, that's when you can come back and nap. or go to study or do whatever, but you absolutely have to wake up early in the morning every day without fail. I hated that because I really love sleeping in on Saturday, man. Like, just give me Saturday to sleep in, you know, just one day for me to just sleep in and wake up at like 10 or 11. No, man. And my one story that's from 5. Oh my god. Child. We had to wake up at like 3 a.m. if you wanted to bath with hot water, with warm water even. Wake up at 3 a.m. fetch the hot water while it's still hot, and then go back to sleep. Like, put a blanket over the bucket or something, a towel, and then go back to sleep. And then when you're ready to wake up, maybe at like 5:30 or 6, that's when you can go bath with your warm water. If you wake up at 6, ma'am, you're gonna find the water cold. You're gonna find that they finished all of the hot water. And sometimes it will be so worse that, like, when you wake up at 4, the water is already cold. Like, it's 4 a.m. and the water is already cold. Like, what the fuck? Because people will be waking up at 2 a.m., at 3 a.m. to take a bath, actually a shower. And you know what's the worst thing is? They wake up at 2 a.m. and they go take a bath, and they'll be singing, my G. They'll be singing. Like, why are you singing? It's 2 a.m. We're trying to sleep. We're going to school in the morning, and you are singing at 2 a.m. for why? What is the reason? And you're finishing all the hot water because they will be showering forever because they're singing and they're enjoying all the hot water and finishing it for the blog. Like, boarding school was so much. Boarding school was torture, dude. For an introvert, especially, it was torture. For someone who grew up as like the only child, it was torture. When I said an only child, I don't mean I don't have siblings. I mean, like, my siblings are so older than me that I was like the only kid, you know. So when I go and now I'm living with people in a dorm, they're invading my space, they are sleeping in my bed, taking my clothes. Yo, my G, you can't sleep in peace. Working. That was a lot. So anyway, I'm gonna stop here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.